Hello, Sir Storm, and welcome to my show with you as my co-host. How you
What's
doing?
going on, brother? Doing good, man. Doing good, man. It's a heck of
Yeah.
a week. Starting off real good, and we're at the hump day, so that's always got to be better for the working folks.
Well, dare I say, and may I say, that you're looking extra sexy today.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. You're not looking too bad yourself, bro.
Yeah,
You're not
thank
looking
you.
too bad yourself.
I am super excited that we are here. We have kind of a laid back show because we know that there's a lot of other lisping, screaming little children in their streams on our hours, and that's totally fine. So we are here to hang out with you, the people, the lovely people of the toy world. I am Chet Maddox, your lovely, gorgeous, super sexy host, along with my other really extremely gorgeous, sexy host, Alexander Storm. You know us as Toy Box Chronicles, and we know you as the people that don't subscribe to our videos because fuck, there's like so many people that don't subscribe. It's great. It's fine. Hey, but this tonight's Wednesday. We have a show for you, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some toy news, some crazy things that are happening in Super 7, some other weird things. And then we decided that we just got some figures in, and it was funny because we both ordered the same ones, and then you got Hulkbuster and I got Odin. So we're going to open that up, and you're going to sit back, relax, enjoy, drink your coffee, drink your whiskey, smoke your cigars, chase that plastic dragon. Let's get into this. I mean, that's got to be probably one of the most epic openings. Like if we're just being honest here, that's got to be epic. Yeah. And I feel like maybe we should just level it up again. I don't know. We'll see how it is. But we got we got some early people popping in here. We got Don't You Do It. Good evening to you. Don't You Do It. And everyone's favorite Star Wars guy, Darth Moocher, coming in with the good evening. Look at that guy. Just being all polite and shit.
Yes, nice. Getting primed and ready for his own show. So we always to follow early, man. So appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Sir. Hey, so there's a lot happening.
There is.
I don't, we're gonna kind of save the unboxings for maybe the middle of the show. Okay. And we're gonna again unbox Hulkbuster, the 85th anniversary Hulkbuster.
Yes, sir.
Some say that the Marvel Select might be a little bit better, but we will leave it up to Mr. Storm to rein in the thunder on what is better.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I've seen the Marvel Select's good, but everyone knows that it's the Hot Toys version that is like this. Like the people of Marvel Legends did a good job, but they ain't beating the Hot Toys version. The Hot Toy version is the shit. So
it is.
You gotta give them credit.
But if you want an affordable one,
this is actually equally as well and everything. And the same thing with your Odin. First of all, the size and the weight is what shocked me, because when they said it was bigger and everything, and like I remember you got me Mr. Fix-It, and Mr. Fix-It was kind of heavy. Oh no, the Hulkbuster shattered that. I was like, wow, it felt like they put a brick in the box. So that's the aspect that I give them credit on. This is there's a lot of plastic in it. You talking about chasing the dragon? This is chasing 5 dragons in one.
That's awesome. So let's do some. I think we have 3 main topics here we want to get to tonight, and we'll get into those. Some news about Marvel Legends, Super 7, and then we're gonna start off, I think, with some HasLab news. Giant Man. I don't know if you want to pull this up. I believe you had something. There you go.
Got it right there.
Yeah, Giant Man is really tall. He's big. Some might call him gigantic, but others call him giant. Homeboy he's shipping soon.
Yeah, yes, and actually, this was put in by the Marvel Legends team over on his X account, Dan Yu, and he ended up telling everyone, "Hey, I know what you're thinking, I know what you're saying. It's coming late October, early November." So, like, he gave that big news because he's a big character, but that is actually kind of cool. I was also on X, and a couple of people said something, and it did resonate with me. They said, like, what's up with Hasbro not letting everybody know when the Dragonfly was going to ship? And
Mm,
they didn't really give out like details about it. They said that's a miscommunication. I know they've been accused of that in the past, and absolutely it was. I started thinking about that. Like, you know what? That was right. They could have gave some updates and told people where these orders stand, because when you're paying that significant amount of money that you're paying, you do want them, and they do a terrible job of keeping you in the loop. So, but they reached out, the Marvel Legends team said that Giant Man's coming. Look, he looks fantastic. He's not a character that I'm into, but I can appreciate it though, just on the mere size. And like, if you got Galactus, if you've got you got
Sentinel.
the Sentinel, this is one of those aspects and one of those big Marvel Legends that you definitely want to have in your point. And if you're lucky, there's only like 13,000 actual items out there. So there's a good chance that if there's anybody bought some stuff for resale, you're probably going to get, because it was they targeted 10,013. That's not a lot.
Yeah.
So that gives room to be at some of these shows. You're probably going to see Giant Man, I say maybe $100 over retail at first, but I think it has the opportunity to probably rise to like, maybe 200 so, because it's such a small supply of the character.
Yeah. This wasn't one that I really wanted at first, but
Yeah.
it's become something that is on my list to get.
Hmm.
Um, like we've said before, the cheapest you can get it's when it's a HasLab.
Yeah, true.
Um, so I definitely the Sentinel is something I'm gonna get before I get this.
Yeah,
But I mean it's a cool figure.
it
He's
is.
giant. It's a little weird to me that they didn't do Ant-Man,
Yeah, or at least give you Ant-Man with him.
like an Ant-Man head. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, or give
Like
small fluffy version of it.
You did a Doom head on Galactus, but you couldn't do Ant-Man head on Giant Man.
But they did do, I think there's a couple other different faces that they did come with it. So it's look, I think it's a great scope whenever you can get a character this size. It's just like, the whole Dragon Man scenario. There are people that are fans of Ant-Man, and this is one of those aspects where it worked right into them. It's a low print run for that kind of character. I think it's worth it if you're into that character. Me, not so much. But I think he still looks the sculpting looks amazing. The toy photographers are gonna just run wild with this.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, he's cool. He's cool.
yeah,
So yeah, if you didn't pick him up, you should have. So now you get to wait and find out how much you're gonna have to pay one of these 13,000 backers. Because I
mm,
guarantee you that a good chunk of these all bought like five.
I'm sure somebody did. Well, 13,000. I'm sure there's a lot more resale than it is just collectors for this,
Yeah,
because that's a small number, and at least, hey, they hit the 10,000 target. They knew it probably wasn't going to be that many people into that character, but it's wise. It's the same way with Dragon Man. Make it to order. Like, there's people that absolutely want to have that in their collection, to have to build a figure, and now they want to get this version of it. And then there's some people that's discovering Dragon Man for the first time. These are the great
yeah.
characters that, like, when you're at a convention, and we've been to, like, Robo Toy Show or any other conventions here in Southern California or in Georgia, when you see those size characters, you walk by and they immediately grab your attention.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yep. These are definitely like attention grabbers, which turn
mhm.
into like money spenders.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this. I want to actually see this in person. I want to see it
Yeah.
live. I
Mhm.
like behind me right here. I have Galactus, as I'm
Yeah.
not saying much about it, but Chet Maddox might be invading someplace else shortly. Um, but yeah, I'm you know me.
Yeah.
I'm more of a bigger figure
Yes.
collector. And that's because I realistically started with just trying to collect the grails. And a
Yeah.
lot of the grails like Fin Fang Foom and Pit,
Mhm.
and like Apocalypse, they're all giant figures.
Yeah, they are.
So this is going to be awesome. You know, I was excited about that they made Dragon Man 10 inches, because the one that I have, the original Dragon Man, is I think it's like 4.5 or 5. It's not that tall. So yeah, I'm cool with this. But what is more impressive is that there you can add the name Super 7 and the word cheaper.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out if it's actually like a good thing. What do you think?
Here's the thing. Look, we've all complained about Super 7's pricing. This is going to retail price for $35. And I didn't put in initially that, but the O-Ring Joe figures from Super 7 have been popping up in Target. So there's been photos all over X and all over, and I don't know. I would give credit to whoever it was, but I've just seen photos on everybody's circuit of like the O-rings. I don't like their O-rings. I don't think I don't think Super 7 does a good job with the Joe line. I didn't like the reactions. I don't like the O-rings. And this is saying, look, I think it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It stands out like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but the articulation is just not there for me. I look at it, and I think the 35 price range, it's a good start, but let's be honest, $35 is still a lot of money. And you're trying to, at one point, they were trying to be NECA. They were at 50. And even NECA's figures sometimes are a little too much for to go in public.
What's weird is like you want me to pay $35 for a figure and a sword.
Well, that's the key, because it has less like details and less accessories. They're saying this is the reason why it's at this price range, and I'm like, that's a cop-out excuse. Look, I don't think Super 7 does. Certainly didn't do the Simpsons well. I thought there's a lot of characters who never got to. I think Jack specific, everyone's raving about the size and the affordability, and that's made the collecting community happy.
That's an important thing to point out here, though, is like, if you look at Jakks Pacific and Playmates, they make toys because they're toys.
Yes.
And so it's at the price point, and you can't really get mad. I've talked about this before. The sketch turtles that I bought from Playmates, I got all 4 of them for $58.
Yeah.
Like, so, it's one of those things where they're there's companies that make toys, like you have Jada Toys, Ultimates are bust. You have Jada Toys that's doing like the Street Fighter figures. Those are a great price point. That's a great price point. They're great articulation. They're a solid figure. They're hard to find, which is awesome. Always makes a toy chaser me want to find them. I was actually able, like the other day, to find Ken at Target. I forgot to record it, but whatever. But here's the thing, Super 7.
Yeah,
there's a lot of potential here. Okay, but the problem is I don't like that, because he's a 7-inch figure, you're trying to charge me $35 when he only comes with a sword.
Well,
so
here's the aspect that I'll give to you. Are you getting your plastic from different places? Because like Hasbro and Mattel and everyone else, other than when it's, because I know Mattel, look, I'll give Mattel credit for, I don't think they do a good job on their basic WWE figures, but the Elite editions are very well sculpted, very well, and that's you're paying a little bit better price, but there's a lot more accessories in that as well.
So one thing to note about toy production is you have prime press, and then you have sub press. Prime press is like if you're doing Marvel Legends, right? Like a printing press of toys in China does giant runs, right? And then there's a lull of downtime where, if they're not using those like printers and all the machinery for that, they sublet that out to other manufacturers for toys. So like if you wanted to do like, a good example I could tell you, if you wanted to do vinyl figures like Kid Robot, anything like that, is, I don't know if anyone on this channel knows this, I also collect that kind of stuff. Crooked Smile, what's up, man? Welcome in. So there's this thing where they take the off season and they'll print smaller batches for smaller companies, and that means that the price is going to be more expensive. Now, I'd like to say that that's where Super 7 is falling in. However, I don't think that's necessarily true anymore because Super 7 has gotten to be, as much as you like or don't like them, they became like the Lionsgate of the film industry.
Yeah, they're a player. They're a player, most definitely. And let's just go up for a couple of instances. I got this written down. Deluxe action figures Conan the Barbarian, that little pricing, inspired by the 1982 film. If everyone doesn't know that, that's definitely what it's been inspired by. The figures are, he comes with the essential Atlantean sword. Many extras like heads and hands. That's the excuse for cheaper pricing. 7-inch scale articulated figures featuring detailed sculpting, premium paints, and now in a die cut card back. Now, here's the thing. I even when they had the side packaging, kind of like the Marvel Legends, where it was like kind of like a side and cut into it. Those were okay packaging. I think the Marvel Legends is okay packaging. Your packaging excuse is not a major thing. You're not reinventing the game here. You're running the same thing, but this one comes with a sword and everything. And look, this looks like Schwarzenegger. I will give you credit. The minute I saw this, it looks like him, but the figure looks off a little bit. It just looks like it's a TMNT character. So he doesn't look like it's a regular character.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring something up here for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it's not as good as we think it is.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, it looks different than that rendered version. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can see it a little bit, but yeah, that's
like what is that dirt on his face?
I think this like 5 o'clock shadow. Maybe
this torso is. What is that? Hey, Crooked, question for you. Is this even something you'd buy to like customize, like as a custom toy? Because like I don't do that.
I'm sure you can find the use for that.
Yeah, but I don't know why you would want this.
Well, no, not at the $35 price. No, it was like a box fell off the back of like a truck going to Target. Yeah. It said, let's see. My man goes, yeah. He has a pinhead. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird design a little bit, and look, again, I think Super 7 is like, look, we're, I think that they've been around for a while. You got to give them credit. But I think there's a fundamental thing that needs to happen with Super 7 and Funko. I think they need to catch up. And it seems like they're not like, doing that. It seems like they're stuck in when they were highly successful. And there's other players in the game that people are giving their money to now. As I would use the body, but the head is trash. Yeah.
I mean, look, I think this isn't really a topic that we had on the list, but I think we need to talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
So you have like Super 7, and they do make, like, I will tell you this, the Super 7 scratch that I have is cool looking. It's cool. But I think it's way better looking than most people think it is, because I end up getting mine for like $25 somehow. But it's not bad. It's good. But that's been like one out of, I think I told you I bought like the Thundercats one. It was just this is garbage. So I know that this has been a topic, and I know that people have been talking about it, but then I was like, you know what? The definite voice of toy collecting, Toy Box Chronicles, has not talked about this yet. And if you want your definitive source for toys and opinions that matter and not fanboys, well, that's us, because we could give two shits what you think about our reviews. And so we're going to talk for a little second here on loyal subjects and mask.
Yeah.
I'm a mask person. Okay.
Yeah.
I love mask. And you and I had a conversation that triggered this for me the other night, while I was either packing or not packing. Nobody knows. And we were talking about mask and what it would mean to actually reproduce mask.
Yeah.
And if you look at what, you know, if you look at what they said they're going to do with that, I'm not a fan of them just starting off with all the same crap again, because we talked about this, and there's if you want to collect masks, now's the time to do it,
Yeah.
because
No.
otherwise eBay's going to happen, and then people are going to try to start selling off the repops, and it's I think it's going to flood the market, and I don't like that they're keeping it same scale. I think that they should have done it 6 scale,
Well, here's the thing.
or at least a little bigger.
One of the aspects I think that's gonna that deters the scenario was like we were talking the other night, and I was saying, well, why wouldn't they also do like maybe because you have all that archives unproduced vehicles as well? I think they're going to have to do the main line. There's people that's going to have Rhino and Thunderhawk and all the rest of those, but I also think you have to add a little something to it. If you're going to do it, just don't do it verbatim of what it was done.
Yeah.
Give me something that's also that I didn't get the first line out, because we all know that they go through, dozens of vehicles and maybe a certain amount making it, some they just putting it back. That would interest me more than you just rehashing the entire line. And again, like we said, and we talked about this on previous shows, I hadn't realized that I had saw Lowell Subject toys until Shadow had talked to me, and he was like, "No, man, they're all in Ross and everything else." And I remember, and now when I see their packaging, it's the white with the blue, and I'm like, "Yeah, that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff was all at Ross." And so, I'm like, if you're just, I understand maybe they upped it. They said they were going to give, Hasbro a little bit more kickback and something, because they had to outbid somebody. It wasn't like they were going, there was other bidders in the game, but I just don't think that you give me something verbatim was what I want. Like, I don't want, like, I know there's guys that love the vintage collection, but you don't want to have the 1970s, early 80s exact same things. You want them updated with a little bit more scopes, a little bit more molds, add something to it. Give a little bit more detail. Don't give me the same thing that I got 20, 30 years ago. And
Well,
for
yeah.
mask, you've got to
Yeah.
give me more than just the same stuff you produced before.
Well, and I think that there's a, if I was to get this license for mask, the very first thing I do before I even announce that I had the license is I would set it up and I would say, we are re-releasing Rhino, Thunderhawk, and then you'd probably have to release some of the Venom stuff too. But then the next thing I would talk about is the second run is from the comics. Like, because a lot of people forget, like, the TV show, like the Mask TV show was cool. I liked it. It got weird. I mean, it got unwatchable to a certain point. I would think so. But when you have a show that's based off Knights of the Round Table, the comics are great, and there's a lot that they can get in the comics. But if they came out and would just say, like, here's what we're doing, instead of just the announcement is focused on like the artwork and the splash screen, it's like, dude, what is, like, here's the overarching concern is TMNT shit sells all the time off the pegs. They're not peg warmers at all, except Loyal Subjects TMNT shit doesn't sell. It doesn't sell.
Even the Mutant Mayhem, I know for about everyone was talking about, oh, it was sitting on the shelves and everything. And there was a time where it was on Walmart, but I have seen, and I've been in Walmart several times, especially out here in the Inland Empire, and I have seen parents go in there and buy 4 of the turtles and the van, and it didn't break the bank on them. And I was like, and that's like, I've seen an older collector, and he's got his kid with him, and he picks up, he's picking up something for himself, whether he's picking up Marvel Legends or something. And then his kid asks, and then he's like, well, hey, these are the same things. They're a little bit different, but the same things I play with. And I've seen them purchase that. And it is a great buying option, because, you're not going to give them NECA. You're not going to, now you'll give them little subjects or anything else a little bit. like, in a price range, but you're not gonna, you're not gonna drop them a $50, $60 toy in their hands. You're not
Yeah,
gonna be playing with Mondo or anything else.
yeah, and it's weird to me because I was looking, and I have like a really good box for Rhino,
Mhm.
and on
Yeah.
the box it still has the price tag. I'm happy to grab it, but it says $24.99.
Yes.
That shit's not gonna be $24.99.
Oh, hell no. No, 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 no. No, I can imagine. I can't see it being a cent below $50. I can't
Yeah,
see it being below that. I gotta think it's gotta be 59.99 or somewhere around there. I can't see them re-releasing anything for like $40 or so. I'd be shocked if that happened. You
yeah,
know?
and I have the Thunderhawk that Ramen Toys did, and
Yeah.
it's it is what I think Mask needs to be, and he did
Yeah.
that like half a scale bigger,
Yeah.
and it's like it's perfect, but whatever. I know that was off topic. I want to get into our big one. For those of you that are just jumping in and you're trying to figure out why there's so much sexy on your screens, it's because I am Chet Maddox and that is Alexander Storm, and we host this little show called Toy Box Chronicles. And if you were wondering where the definitive source of toy news and opinions matter, well, it's on Toy Box Chronicles, and you just need to subscribe. So click the little subscribe thingy and then the little thumbs up thingy, and make sure you do that. Because if you don't, I'm gonna find you. I've threatened this before many times. Okay, like I'm gonna get you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. YouTube's. So there is talk.
Yeah.
About Marvel Legends leaving Hasbro.
Yes. It was on a Reddit, and every now and then this person on Reddit has been very credible.
Yeah.
And also, Rad did the research on this, so he's also credible for us, because he's not going to put anything in our hands. He was like, "You guys got to talk about this Wednesday night." Look, he's saying this is the reason why there wasn't a Marvel Legends HasLab. It's because I guess they're negotiating or trying to come at an agreement if they're going to keep it, or maybe Hasbro or Disney itself, which is Marvel, is looking at other people to see what's the best benefits they get, because they are a corporation. There is a people fail to realize when you deal with you're a publicly owned company, you have an actual guarantee to make profits every quarter. It's not you think you can make a profit. There's a clause in contracts where you've got to make a profit. So the Disney board had that major problem shakeup like sometime last year where they thought they were going to boost somebody out and put somebody else in, and there's a big fight. So profits matter to big corporations. In this case, maybe they don't like the structure and deal. Now, I will tell you this. This year has proven, if anything, Hasbro's the team to constantly make Marvel Legends, because they have look, if we can get to, by the time we make it December, I think we're going to say the Marvel Legends crushed it this year. Like G.I. Joe's been doing okay, Star Wars has been coming out, but like there's some heavy bangers that the Marvel Legends team did. I think they're crazy. I do not want to see Mattel, and I damn straight don't want to see McFarlane do Marvel Legends. I don't
Maybe
want to
Loyal
see that.
Subjects.
I don't want to see that either.
Yeah,
I don't. Like I said again, I think the Marvel Legends team over at Hasbro has done an excellent job this year. Every character I've gotten has exceeded my expectations.
And also, like Hasbro's had this since January of 2007.
Yeah,
that's how long they've been doing it. Right before that was Toy Biz.
Yeah,
right. And Toy Biz. See, this is the problem, man. Like Toy Biz made great toys.
Yeah.
Kenner made great toys. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they got they got bought out or whatever it was, and then the
Toy Biz, yeah.
The
Toy Biz is Marvel, and at one point Marvel just decided they didn't want to make toys, and they absorbed that in, and then they went to Hasbro for it. But at one point, Toy Biz owned Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like that's you had that, and it was. And the reason why I feel like some of the Toy Biz stuff is better is because it was like Marvel making their own stuff. So why would you want it to be bad?
There was definitely love put in it, and there was a lot of obscure characters that we would have never seen, because just like McFarlane always uses excuse, this is why we put Alfred with the Batmobile, because no one's going to buy that character. Well, there was a lot of obscure characters, like from X-Force and all those, Excalibur. Like, we've seen some of the New Mutants. There were a lot of characters that you just wouldn't see next to the Wolverine, the Deadpools, and the Spider-Mans that they made. So, I think it would be a mistake, because I don't see another toy company out there doing it for the price that we see Marvel Legends. Look, you're still getting Marvel Legends for $24.95. I think they're doing a pretty good job with the lines, and even we're going to show you 2 figures tonight, and that is coming. But even their deluxe figures, like Ghost Rider, which I still don't have yet, and I'm waiting to see that. I know Rad's got that at his house, but look, I'm waiting to see their deluxe figures are worth the money. I'm like, okay, this is gonna, like, when you see it online. Online does not give some of these, like the Odin and the Hulkbuster and they don't give that credit to what those characters look like until you get them in your hands, man.
Yeah.
So
I don't. If it leaves.
Yeah, look, change sometimes works. Like I said again, with Jakks Pacific getting the Simpson line, change worked. It does. I just think that Hasbro's doing the best job with the Marvel Legends right now. I think Marvel Legends, and I know they own G.I. Joe and Transformers. They do those things well, but those are their 3 main strengths that I see over there.
Yeah, I definitely don't want Mattel to take it over.
No. I thought even again, like I said, I think they do some of their some of the great WWE figures in the Elite line. Yes, Mattel does, but their average WWE figures are not really that good. And Shadow was on here. We tell him Jakks Pacific did them the best. Well, I've seen, we've been over to Jakks Pacific in Malibu back in the day when they did have that and the UFC license. They were producing, and there was a small company that cared. They were kind of like the Super 7 back in the days, small and fighting the bigger companies. But they did doing better. I don't think that the average WWE figure looks great, but when you start getting into the premium figures, that's where it looks great. And that to me is not worth it. Like Marvel Legends, the smaller characters look great, and their premium and deluxe characters look great. They don't cut corners. Like, we got that strange Tale line that's coming. Like, I'm looking forward to all those characters. And the Ghost Rider he's fantastic, man. I can't wait to get that in my hands.
Yeah, mine apparently was supposed to be shipped, and I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, it'll be a sad day if Marvel Legends goes away from Hasbro. I think that's part of the excitement of like PulseCon and like all these Hasbro things is like everyone's just like, oh, I want to see the Marvel Legends. Plus look, they've been doing it since 2007. The Marvel Legends team knows what they're doing at this point.
They do,
right?
They do.
I mean, remember, it was Toy Biz, which didn't have a lot of articulation, and so a lot of the development stuff came over. Man, a lot of talk about Marvel Legends. I think we open them up.
I think we do. You wanna do Odin first, or you want to go with the Hulkbuster?
No, we're doing Hulkbuster first.
Okay, we're doing Hulkbuster first. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the Hulkbuster. So, like I said again, what we have is our trusty X-Acto knife. So, we made sure we had this all primed and ready for you guys tonight. Slice that open. Huh? It is actually, even holding it in one hand, it's hard to hold one hand, man. So we're gonna roll this out, and this is what everybody's looking for. So let me see. We'll put that down. I always save the boxes and everything. This is a massive figure. Like I said, and the thing I like about this the most is that it doesn't have like unnecessary accessories. It's not like 50 little ones and everything. It's got a front chest plate, back chest plate, 2 extra hands, the little boosters on the back, and then Tony Stark's head. So let me get them out and everything else like that. Let's see. Also, the one thing too is they put this thing, and wow, this thing is massive. Wow. So when you look at that, look, articulation on the legs, the feet, the arms, tilts. And like I said, again, the head, all these great aspects and everything. Let me get some of these other accessories out. See, even the back and everything. Look at all that, all the little details and everything in there. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's great.
That is, and then look right back there too, the two boosters and everything. Like, wow. And like I said, again, you
You
want
know
to
what would
see
be cool is if they made those magnets.
well, I'm this is why we have guys like Richard. Like I said, he can actually add some magnets to it and everything. And if he does it, then I'll take this over. All right, so we're gonna take the shield out, put it on his chest.
Meek says unboxing goodness.
Yes, it is. Got that on the front. That's how it looks like on the front. I'll take off the back portion. I'm not going to switch the other hands. Let's see. There we go.
Man, that thing just keeps getting bigger the more stuff you add to it.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? It pops in pretty well. It's got 2 ports in the back. It comes with these two little boosters that you can actually pop in. Try not to, mess with my hands. All right, you know what? I might not freak these through right now because I don't want to pop them through. Okay, wait a minute. No, there you go. Went in. There you go. So there's a little bit of it's got a little bit of a tab and everything. So I can't see that because there's lights shining into my face. All right, I think this is that one. We'll roll this. And there you go. So he's got the big boost. Like I said, again, details in the back. And again, like I said, arms bend at the waist. The hands are articulated too. So that's one of those things. It rotates.
Is it the wrist or the actual fingers?
The fingers. Yeah. No, I don't think this one. Actually, I'm looking at it. No, the fingers do move. So yeah, you got to you can move them in too. So you can actually fingers do move. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good range of motions. You look at the it's got some extra additional plates right here that are kind of like I guess there's like a form of plastic or something, so it's extra shields on. But like I said, again, I'm just amazed with
That's super bulky.
And this is like a soft rubber.
Okay.
But it's durable though. So, and again, like I said, legs swivel in and out. Look at, its character has a lot of range. If you look at the mechanisms, and there you can see all the accessories and all the intricate points. Again, it moves back and forth. You can pop the head off. I'm not going to pop this head off at the moment, but it does come with, let me get this right quick. It comes with, again, 2 hands. Yes, I'm trying to do this out with one hand, but there you go. We've got Tony Stark's head. Let me put that a little closer to the camera. And, there's a lot of contrast and detail even in the hair. But that looks like Tony Stark, man. Even down to his eyes. Like, that's very good, man. So, like I said, just seeing this right here, and if I was doing a Chet Maddox unboxing and everything else, that hey, articulation, I got to give it a 5. Presentation and looks, that's another 5 right there. I
love the little things that they put on the back though. Like the more I see like turning around, it's like that's such a good.
Well, here's the thing. I just remember that from Age of Ultron when he has the rocket boost and he goes right in. And like I said, now it's making me think that I do need to get like a Hulk, because you want to recreate him, like taking a swing at Hulk. But it's right there. Look, and it's a durable figure. It's a heavy, big, durable figure. That's the thing that I like about it. And again, like we always complain about McFarlane. This thing will stand on its own. It doesn't feel top heavy. Like I'm gonna put it right down here. It doesn't feel top heavy at all. So that's the aspects of that's a Hulkbuster. Again, it's just overall coolness. I've got to give it a 5. That's a 15. It is an actual go out and buy. This was a figure that when I saw it online, I was like, they're finally going to give us a Hulkbuster. I'm ready for it. And I'm not disappointed with this. This is like, again, and from Luke Cage and Iron Fist to the, I love
that real quick. I love that those two are up in the back behind you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you,
Yeah.
to Sam Wilson's Captain America, I thought he was great this year. Mr. Fix It that came from Ollie's, which we'll probably have to find another connection on Ollie's, but we'll talk about that down the line. But the Black Panthers that I got this year, they have been crushing. So now I've got got the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider that's supposed to be showing up, and I'm waiting for that. And then there's a Strange Tales line that's coming. I ordered Kazar late, but he's coming. I'm not going to get the Tiger. I'm just gonna have to figure somebody. I'm gonna have to pay Evil Base somewhere because I'm not going to put the entire line together because there's a couple of characters I didn't want out of that wave. Again, and then not to mention the Secret War stuff. I'm on the fence about the Secret War stuff.
Yeah.
And those have been hitting the storage from over here, or at least they're shipping them out. So
yeah, it's crazy. I
But
have
no,
a box of the Secret Wars.
This is a straight 15 points. Don't waste it. If you haven't ordered it right now, go over to our affiliate link, Entertainment Earth. There's still some out there right now. You better get this soon because this thing is going to sell out, and you're going to be paying twice the money. This is retail I paid. You're not going to be. If you wait too long, you're not going to pay retail for this.
Wait, what did you say to do?
Go over to Entertainment Earth, my friend.
So weird.
We saved that commercial early so you don't have to watch it late.
Yeah, sure we did.
But now,
well,
we've seen the man who basically makes the Marvel universe go around from Iron Man to films and everything. But no one cares about that, man. Everybody wants to see who sits on top of Asgard, brother. That's what they want to see, man.
Well, I'm happy to oblige. Here it is. Here's the box.
Another massive box, man. Another massive box.
It's a big box.
Wow. I like that beard on him too. Wow, that beard
great.
is just like wow.
I'll use my unbox knife. That's a knife from a friend.
And you know what?
Every year on my birthday, he sends me like an even sharper knife.
I like how they came back to the windowless the window packaging, but I like this 85 year. So if you take a look at some of the packaging here, you can look and see the 85 edition symbols on the back, and then they give you a brief little write up of them too. So the new packaging is what kind of brings the whole piece together. I love the way they've done all the little details within even the packaging. Is like you want to keep the packaging.
Yeah, it's true. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's see him.
I mean, can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Okay. Here's.
Oh yeah! Wow. Is that soft goods on the back of that too?
Yeah, dude. It's soft
wow.
Goods.
Wow.
And then there's some soft good. It's like softer here.
Yeah. Oh, look at the detail even on the belt.
Head.
Oh man. Yeah. Wow. You can see the chainmail armor and everything else like that. Wow, dude. I don't know if I'm Disney. I'm not moving.
I mean, the feet.
These guys know what they're doing.
Standard pegs.
And look, they even have peg holes in them too, huh?
Yeah, peg holes in
them.
Here's
I don't know if you're going to need a stand, but I don't know if they'll need a stand, but I'm sure.
Oh, you don't need it, dude. I took him right out of the box, and he just
stands up immediately.
Yeah,
okay.
Just on his own.
And how's his articulation, man?
So articulation, we got some like ankles. They're not super flexible.
Yeah.
And then you have the articulation is going to be kind of like stopped from right here.
Okay.
But you can bend it. It's double It's not double knee.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just single. Is it single? Yeah, I think it's single. So
No,
you can.
I
But
don't
you
think
don't.
there's any kind of horse or anything he's ever going to ride with those. That's the way they made his.
No, but what's
The
cool is
plastic
like
on it.
he can do splits,
Yeah.
which
Like,
is good. I mean, because I've had some bigger figures where they just they can't move.
yeah.
The knees are double, by the way. They're just super
Okay.
stiff.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing too. The Hulkbuster. I'm glad because sometimes you can get some characters out of the packaging. They're very loose, and that always kind of like gets to me. I like the characters to be stiff as possible because you want them to stand.
Yeah, like I'm probably in the market for a different Apocalypse because my Apocalypse just that dude he is loose.
uh,
But okay, so a couple other things. He's got there's this, which is like
yeah.
a
His helmet.
headpiece.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can put
Yep.
that.
Wow.
I don't know where that goes. So that's kind of weird because like if you look on the helmet, it's got like a hole.
A peg. Yeah.
It's like a
So maybe that's the one you have to take off. Does he have like his locks? Right. You probably have to take that off then.
yeah. We're getting there.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing too is I think the only improvement that I think Marvel Legends could do is like maybe a one sheet instructions.
So let me show you something that I'm a fan of.
Okay.
Okay, so like I took it apart, and then you could see here you could take that cape off.
Oh, you
So
can. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so for people that don't know, you can get this. It's like for flowers, and I'll show you really quick. In case you guys are into Punisher Venom, but I make a bunch of these webs and things like this. But this is also what you use to sew into these capes, and then your capes are like
the flexibility.
yeah. But that's
if
you've never seen Venom Punisher,
yeah,
it's a cool
I
figure.
think McFarlane's doing that. I saw that with the 66 Adam West Batman.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff is like that. But okay, so here you go. So Odin has a peg in the top. So I took the hair off. We'll add this one, and then yeah, I mean, like, look at this.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, see, now that's how Odin looks, man. And again, I like the chest piece. You can see all the details, and that his belt. Like I said, again, that's a lot of like texture in that character, man.
That's one headpiece.
Wow.
You can take that off. Then we can use this one. So he comes with this.
Okay. Oh, okay. Kind of similar to Loki's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is probably the one that I would keep on. I'm just letting you know.
You're not going with Walt Simonson's version. You're more or less going with I would have to say maybe Oliver Copley.
Yeah, look at that.
So, and I like his eye and everything. You can see his patch on his eye and everything else like that. Wow. And I like his domain around his neck and around his back. Like, wow, what's the head articulation? Does it move up and down or just side to side?
It doesn't move a lot.
Okay. I figured it would probably be
he
hard
can do
to
like
do
this. This is all he can do, really.
Okay.
But he doesn't go up and down. I mean, he's bulky. I mean, what does Odin need to move around for? The guy just
really. And then he also comes with a staff or something, correct?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go. This is going to be my next photograph piece, by the way. Here's with the hair on again.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it again.
Now I think that this is probably something. So he comes with these two.
Okay. Oh, sword and the staff. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Sword and the staff.
Yeah,
and then he comes with
hands.
A couple hands.
And they look also that they're articulated as well.
Yep. They're very articulated, and then
Wow.
he comes with the birds that they use.
Oh, okay. Same thing like the Oliver
Thor.
Copley version of Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the
The
best
hand.
version of Thor I've seen in a long time too.
I actually have. Well,
I have that too. He's sitting right on the shelf.
he might be.
So
Mine's not exactly available right now.
yeah,
But yeah,
no,
this hand's not.
yeah,
It's just.
got it. Yeah, fierce, nice move. Yeah, wow, looks really nice, man. Like I said again, you know what? Like I said, for the like I know that there's an extra price for these things. It is worth the price. So what's the scale for this one? The points on this one, Mr. Maddox.
Well, if you guys watch my unbox videos,
Mhm.
we're at. You should probably get this. So for articulation 5, paint 5, display ability 5.
Mhm.
Hard to get. I don't think it's hard to get right now.
Not yet. Not yet.
I think there'll be potential for it to be hard to get.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that let's put it like this. If you look at it in the next year, you're probably gonna say you want Odin. Because if you don't pick up Odin now, Odin's gonna fetch for some good money. Like I said, we'll have to talk to Richard to see what this Voton's coming out of the store right there. Because I got a feeling a month from now, Odin's gonna be out the window, man. Everyone's gonna that one's gonna be you'll go to conventions and everybody's like, you got that Odin, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be one of those
Yeah.
characters.
Well, like I said again, every now and then, we are one of the few that do live unboxings every night. And like I said again, they're only going to get better and more stuff to come because one of these things we've been doing a lot of the, we've done some vehicle unboxing with the Robin Racer. Once we start getting into when the Dragonfly shows up, there's going to be a live unboxing for that one night. I'm going to if I can try to save, well, actually, this is what I'll probably do. I'll probably end up taking it out of the box and putting it together because that thing's massive. Because if I would have done the Hiss live unboxing, that would have been a 2-hour show. Because the one thing when you get those HasLabs in, you're always worried about if you're going to break something. So you're very careful with it in the beginning.
Yeah.
So no, but he looks great, man. Yeah, I think I was on the fence because I had Thor, and I was like, I don't know if I want Odin. But now that I see that, yeah, I gotta go out and order that, man.
Dude, Odin, it's a must. I think if you like Marvel Legends at all and you collect them at all, yeah.
And like I said again, so to rehash tonight, Hulkbuster is out there. Comes with accessories. Comes with a different Tony Stark actual head that you can pop off this one and have it on. The articulation, a lot of details in it. Chest plate and the front plate comes on. Assembly was very easy. I thought that there's some soft rubber areas and then there's hard rubber areas and a couple of details, but this was an easy, no must fuss out of the box. It goes. I think that's the thing I like most is that you're not really kind of going through and taking 100 pieces and putting together. Now again, if I had the option of the Hot Toys version, oh hell yeah, like I said, yeah. The Hot Toys version is off the chain with the lights. The only thing that I think would improve this is if the actual chest plate lit up. If you could get the chest plate to light up, that would be it. But I know customizers that might be able to do that for me. So we'll see if he's got some time on his hands and everything. But no, like I said, man, great figures. I hope you guys enjoyed that little boxing throughout the year when we start getting some more stuff in. We got a lot of, again, Dragonflies coming, a bunch of other classified characters are coming on their way. I know if you know Chet, there's a lot of TMNT that's going to be popping up. If you haven't watched his unboxing, what are you doing? Because if you want to be informed and actually have a detailed run through, you're going to check out the unboxings. He's dropping madness out there. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss something that you probably should have picked up. So, awesome toys that are coming out. We are in an age where, like I said, everybody's blessed. We didn't think we would get any of this stuff in,
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. I'm excited. I'm excited where like toys are going. Like, you know, it's cool to see. Um, yeah, we'll see we'll see what happens. There's so many coming out now. Like,
Exactly.
so
Well, like I said again, man, we're getting close to the end of our time, but look, we've already given you guys the entertainment earth, so we don't have to repeat that for you guys. But if you're looking to buy Olden or you're looking to buy Hulkbuster, check our link in the description. We have a code that'll save you off in stock items 10%, and if you spend over $59, then you get free delivery. And I don't know if that's just through the US, or I'm probably assuming it's US, but also Entertainment Earth announced $7.95 flat shipping. So, look, no matter what you're going to do, if you're looking for a high price item, go over and get that. But we have a brand new affiliate that's on the channel tonight we're going to premiere, and that is Gemini Comic Supplies. And they've decided to partner with us. And, as usual, our guys in the background did a nice little video. So let's go to it. That's right, Gemini Comic Supplies. And if you use our code SKN, you get 10% off of your order and everything. There's also a link in the description there. I know Dr. Brittany and I, we were the comic kind of heads out of all of us. And I can tell you, when you're shipping things out or you're getting things received, you definitely want to have good mailers in it. So, they are one of the companies that make some of the best. We are absolutely ecstatic to have them as affiliate partners and to add to our growing points. But, Wednesday nights, live stream night. That's what we call it, Wednesday night live stream. And it's not just us. There's a crop of people that are on as well. So we're going to run with the video and then we'll be back to talk about that. That is right. If you're not spending Wednesdays with, first off, the Fallen Fat Chronicles at 6 p.m., Toy Box Chronicles here on the Shadow Nose Network at 7, and then at 8 o'clock and everything, the best damn Star Wars show on YouTube, the Sarlacc Digest podcast, Scott Solo, Darth Moocher, the Fallen Fat, and also Grand Admiral Fretz. Informative, positive, uplifting. Those guys are always entertaining. And again, they come directly after us in a couple of minutes. So once you're done with us, switch over and give those guys some love, because they know their Star Wars. And if you need to know Star Wars, and I got a little thing, they're going to talk about some cast members in the Skeleton Crew tonight. And so we're starting to get a little bit of, what's going on in their show a little bit more, so we can tell you about that. But, and on the channel, I can give you the simple update right now. If you haven't been watching the Rings of Power of Amazon, guess what? We're watching them as well, so you can watch them with us and give us a recap. But we came up with a new podcast called Getting Medieval, and not only does it star myself, Dr. Brentley, but guess what? The moderator of that show is Darth Moocher from the Sarlacc Digest podcast. So we dropped those on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And so, we did the first 4 episodes, and we just recorded another episode. So those aren't live streamed. That's just a record. But you can able to follow that in anything that deals with dragons, swords, and sorcery. So there's some Game of Thrones. Darth Moocher's been trying to get us to do some D&D. There's going to be a bunch of aspects that's going to come out of nowhere. All these kind of different things that you kind of looked at and saw. Great opening, great things. And that's actually one of the shows that we were been discussing for a while, and we said, let's just dive in and do it, because that's what we do on the network here. And again, Chet Maddox unboxings. Come on. You know, if you're not watching unboxings, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, you know what they're probably doing, Chat? They're probably subscribing, liking, and commenting.
I
Right
mean,
there.
that's yeah, and then they're probably also like watching Joystick Junkies with Meeks.
Sure. And guess
They're
what? Meeks does it better than anyone else, doesn't he?
yeah, he does. He's got if you guys haven't seen that, go watch it because it's going to be your source for news for gaming on SKN, and we're excited. So,
And I think
sir,
didn't we say something that when that Marvel versus Capcom comes out, we might do something on Twitch. Like I
yeah,
said,
we
we
may
might
have
have to
said
have
something
the
like that.
we may have to get the main man Meeks over there to school us on what moves are good or what moves are not, man. So I'm
He
looking
doesn't
forward
know
to
that.
that butt
He
kicking.
doesn't know how to play that game.
And then from there, if you've been a fan of the channel since it began, there's a show that Dr. Brentley and I do called The Retrospect. Well, like I said again, now during our day jobs, we're screenwriters. And we started last year around October, and we tried to do some sporadic shows, and we're looking at the best way. We've got a new format for the retrospect, another kind of like offshoot to it. And it's going to be called the Retrospect Vault, and it's going to be something it's going to be very rewatchable on the network, and something that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. If you enjoyed the retrospect, you're going to enjoy the Retrospect Vault. We'll be throwing details down that in the coming weeks, but sometime in October, that's going to start kicking off for us, brother.
I'm excited.
I am
And
too, man.
we're just going to start promoting it now, but at the end of the year, we have our Graveyard Awards.
Box office graveyards. And guess what? There is there's still no shortage of box office graveyards.
There's no shortage. We will probably start sending out some surveys on our community tab on
You
the
should,
channel. So make
yes.
sure you're paying attention to that. Probably some simple polls just to kind of start to get a feel of like what people think. But yeah, man, I think we're good. Yeah, Meeks is hitting everybody with the new video this week.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's what we definitely want to see. We want to see like I said again, it's not a channel with Meeks ain't on the channel, bro.
No, it's not. It's just a YouTube page. Any final words?
You know what, man? It's been a hectic week. I'm looking forward to Friday, Pixel Plastic and Ink. Oh, it's a good one too. It's going to be Spidey versus Venom. What we think the actual, I know that this final Venom's coming up, and what's the plans that the MCU and in the comic universe, what they're going to do with Venom now, and the same thing with Spider-Man 4 should be popping out sometime in the next couple of years. So we're going to discuss like where we see these two characters, and also it's like yin and yang. You can't have Spidey without Venom, so it's going to be very interesting, especially since this year we had Deadpool and Wolverine. Will those two characters meet on the screen again? Well, we'll answer that on Friday, man.
Yep. It's time for you to go watch Starlight Digest because we've cut into 3 minutes on their time.
Yeah.
Okay. But you need to subscribe, like, follow, share, stream, pirate, and other things. And one last thing we wanted to tell you.